And now maybe I'll come back with that big brush in a really, really dark color. Midnight black and sap green with about 80% midnight black. And just getting a heel on the brush. And maybe we'll tap in a little like this. Don't be scared of the big brush. It can be your best friend. You just have to work with it and figure out how to manipulate it to do the right thing. Just use small portions of the brush. And don't be afraid to cover up your tree trunks a little bit. In a lot of paintings that I see on the road, the tree will be totally exposed, but yet there's leaves everywhere. And what that does is it makes your tree look very flat and undimensional. So you need to put at least a couple leaves here and there crossing over the actual bark of the tree. Helps push it back. And maybe a little down at the bottom that sort of just died there. And at the same time you can darken up your bushes. You know, it'd look pretty neat to have a little pond right there. So maybe I'll just pull a reflection and put a water line under that and see what happens. Same thing as you did up above. Just offset it a little bit. Okay. Now how about a little bit of highlighting? Just dipping my brush into the paint thinner, shaking off the excess, and then I'll go right through a little bit of cadmium yellow and a little bit of bright red. See what we end up with. I kind of just guess on a lot of my colors. I just figure out what season it's going to be and then think about what I see in that season and try to get something that looks like it. I don't really think about the names of the colors or anything like that. The best way to do it is just by seeing it. Now, I'm loading the brush very, very full of paint, but yet I'm not touching the canvas very hard. So those shadows remain underneath. I'm not destroying all my dark. And here we go across the tree trunk. See, that really helps. I think a lot of the times the way I figure out new ideas in this style of painting is just by getting in one of those moods where, you know, maybe I don't really feel like painting and making a mistake, and then, you know, you learn something from that. And when you get in a painting mood and come back and do it, then a lot of times it turns out 100% better. You just have to stick with anything to get it right. I'm going to leave some of my bushes back in there dark. Maybe I'll do a little color change. We'll go for a fireball right here. And how about some green? We haven't done green yet. A little bit of phthalo blue with your cad yellow. Now, if your brush starts getting too dirty and you're picking up too much dark paint, your paint probably is not thin enough on your highlight color. So you got to watch out for that. The consistency of the paint is of utmost importance here. Okay. Now maybe we'll go into a little bit of liquid white with that same color, and you get a nice light green. It's just possible that this tree over here might be showing some limbs too on this right-hand side. Maybe it comes right up out of the picture. Okay. A little bit of highlight on this one. And down here. Maybe I'll just fill in some more of this. That same dark color. This is my favorite part. Just filling it all right in. Gives you a chance to get some of your frustrations out from earlier in the painting. If you didn't like something you did. You always want to see parts that you like, but at the same time there's going to be things you don't like. Let's take a little bit of Van Dyke brown and just with a roll on the knife throw a path in. Real simple path idea. Just side to side all the way down. Okay. And then you can come back with a little bit of dark sienna and Van Dyke brown and white. Get a roll on the knife and go right over the top of that path. Just kind of caress over the thick pieces of brown and you'll end up with a highlight that breaks like rock formations and stuff like that. Okay, and then back into a little bit of our yellow. And some more bushes. Maybe another red one. I like red. I'm a red fan. A lot of the students in class ask me, how come you put red in your paintings like that? You don't see too much red in nature, but I tell them I just like it. And you can always go back to that, it's my world excuse. That's what I tell my dad. My dad walked in one day and he said, son, your room is a mess. It looks like a bomb hit in here. I said, it's my world. He didn't like that too much. A little bit of yellow ochre and Indian yellow as I start to get down here towards the left-hand corner. And there could be a little bit of dirt down here too. I like to keep my corners nice and dark. Now wherever you see an area where it just sort of ends, to capture that effect even better, you can just mist it out a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's a completed painting. So I'll take my liner brush through a little bit of bright red and put a signature on this one. And we'll call that one done. Thanks for joining us today. I hope we can paint again sometime. Happy painting.